Okay, we're here on October the 28th, 2018 with Maw Grooms, and it's almost her birthday in just a few more days, and we're going to ask her some questions from Briggs and McCoy. And Mama, you want to wave to them? There we go. There we go. Okay, let's see. Since the Veterans Day is coming up, we're going to start with those questions first. And they wanted to know, Mama, were you already married when Papa had left for the war? And you were, weren't you? You already were married to Papa when he went to the war.
Oh, yes, and had 2 children.
Had 2 children, yeah. Can you talk about that time a little bit? Was it scary for you? They wanted to know when Papa went to war.
Well, when they were little boys, Vernon had to go to war.
Yeah.
And left me with two kids.
Yeah, they were not babies, but they were small children, weren't they?
Yeah, they were small children.
Now, had Uncle Harold's problem with his foot happened yet at that time?
No, yes, it happened when Harold was, he was going to school in the 1st grade.
He was already sick when Papa left?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all righty. And had he gotten better since before Papa left?
Oh, yeah, he's beginning to get better.
Okay, but it took a long time for Uncle Harold's foot to get better, didn't it?
It took a long, long time. We doctored with a doctor over Lexington.
And he had a bone infection, was that it?
Well, when he was a little boy, 1st year of school. He was playing with some little boys, and he fell over that bluff there at Council Bluff. And bruised his heel.
Bruised his heel. And it set up infection in there.
It set up infection in his heel.
What about that?
And we took him over to Dr. Brown at Lexington, and he operated on him. And they go in there and take out part of the bone, and then it had a tube in it all the time.
My goodness, to drain it, I guess. So when Papa went to war, were you all living in your house already? Or were you in a different place?
When Vernon went to war? Yeah, I had rented a little house there in Mount Sterling.
In Mount Sterling, downtown Mount Sterling? Well, I didn't know that with the boys. Okay. So, do you remember the day that he left to go to war?
Yeah, I remember it very well.
Well, tell me about it. What went on that day? Did you go see him off? Did he leave on the train?
Yeah, back then days they didn't take him on ships. They took him on a ship.
Later on, after he got someplace to the ship,
yeah,
but he took a train from Mount Sterling to where the ship was. Okay, all right, that's good. And so you and the boys went and waved him off?
Oh, we went with him, yeah. And,
were there lots of people down there?
Yeah, they took several other people.
At the same time? Were there other people around you that you knew?
Well, yes, I know quite a few people
the families?
And their they were taken, their family, husbands was taken.
Well, yeah, right. So did you all stay here in Mount Sterling in that little rental house while he was in the war?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And it wasn't until he came home from the war that you all bought that farm out there?
Oh, that was a long time.
Long way after that.
We rented several times before we bought the farm.
Okay. The boys wanted to know, did you all write letters? How did you stay in touch?
We wrote letters.
You wrote letters to each other?
To and fro.
What about that? I bet it was hard taking care of the boys by yourself, wasn't it?
Well, they were small and they minded.
They minded good?
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad?
No, I kept after them.
Now, how did you make money during that time? How did you pay your rent?
Oh, well, I got a check from the government.
Oh, I see. So they paid you because Paul...
$89 a month.
$89 a month. That probably bought quite a bit more groceries than it does now.
And we lived off of it.
Well, that's good. And that was enough.
We lived kind of scarcely.
Yeah, but everybody else did at the time too,
Everybody
probably.
else did too.
Let me see. No letters. They wanted to know, while Papa was in the war, did you worry about him very much?
Oh yes.
You worried, afraid something would happen to him.
Yeah.
Now, he was in Italy, is that right?
Yeah.
In Italy? Uh-huh. Do you remember anything about his time there? When he came home, did he talk about it much?
Wouldn't talk about it at all.
He never would talk about
No.
it. What about that? I remember those pictures that you had of Mussolini.
Yeah.
And Papa didn't actually see that, did he? So he got those pictures from someone else?
Oh yeah, he both got them while he was there.
Yeah, right. But all that was going on at the same time that he was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, that must have been a really scary time.
Well, it was. You didn't know.
You didn't know what was going to happen, did you?
What happened to him?
Yeah. Let's see. So, what did you just stay home with the boys? You were able to pay your rent and your groceries out of that check?
Yeah, I had some money.
You had some money. All right.
And we lived off that $89 a month, but the rent wasn't
Very much, right. Did you all, it was just a little house, you said?
A little four-room house.
A little four-room house downtown, Mount Sterling. Let's see.
And we lived very comfortable.
Yeah, well, you've been used, all your life you've been used to living on very little, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, there was no spur spender.
That's why you got money left. They wanted to know, the other question about Papa was, when he came back from the war, did you notice, was he different than when he left, or was he about the same?
Oh, he was the same old Paul.
He was the same old Paul, just laughed and cut up and yeah. Now, he didn't actually fight, did he?
No, he didn't.
What was he in the war?
When he went, the war was pretty much over.
Is that right? Well, that part was good then.
And he was sent over there as an occupational.
Occupational force. Peacekeeping force, kind of. Yeah. Well, that's good. Then he didn't have to fight.
He didn't have to fight.
Do you remember what rank he was, like a sergeant or a corporal or anything? Do you remember what he was?
Oh, he was. I know what he was, but kind of a policeman.
Yeah, military police. He was a military police for sure. Yeah, I saw a picture of that because that one of the him sitting on the motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
So he was military police. So that's how he kept peace.
Yeah.
That's nice. So did he? So he didn't really want to talk about the war. I bet he was glad to be home. Do you remember the day he came home?
Well, Harold got real sick, and I got him out.
You were able to bring him home early? Because Uncle Harold got sick. Now, was that the sick with the foot?
Yeah, partly.
Okay, well, that was good. Then did you go up to Mount Sterling and meet him at the train station?
Well, I didn't know when he was coming home.
Oh.
He just come in.
He just come in, and then how did he get home?
He come back home, I guess, on the train, just like he went over there.
And then how did he get to your house?
Well, first thing I know, he was knocking on the back door.
Knocking on the back door. And when you opened it, you didn't know who it was?
No.
What did you think when you saw him?
Well, I was surprised.
I bet you were, and I bet the boys were excited.
Oh, yeah.
What about that? And he just came in with a big smile, I bet.
When he first went to the Army, he had to go when Bobby cried after him.
He did, I swear. What about that? Now, when he got home, did he just kind of spend time with you all for a while before?
Yeah, he just didn't do anything for a while, and he got a job on the road department. After they allowed him so much time, you know.
Time off, yeah. That's good.
And then after that, we moved to a farm and done sharecropping for a while.
Sharecropping. Tell me about that. What is that? The boys won't know what that means.
Well, that's raising tobacco and the corn and...
For other people?
Well, we rented.
You leased it from them? Mm-hmm. I got
And we
you.
done that till we got able to buy a farm.
Uh-huh. And that's how you made money?
Yeah.
Yeah. That took a lot of work then.
Milked a lot of cows.
Uh-huh.
Raised a lot of hogs.
Yeah. Chickens?
Chickens and tobacco and corn. A little bit of everything.
Yeah. Now, when you were renting the house in town, you probably couldn't raise a garden yourself, could you?
Oh, when I lived in town, no, I didn't.
Wasn't a place
I didn't
to
work.
Yeah.
I stayed home, took care of
Took care of the boys. Yeah. Yeah. So they were good boys.
Yeah.
You got after them with the broom if they weren't, right?
Well, I did. I made a mind. You tell the boys I made a mind.
Uh-huh. That's you taught them good. You taught them good. Let's see. I think that's all the questions that they had about Papa and the war. And the next time I come, we'll answer the rest of their questions.
Okay.
You want to wave to them bye? Wave to, there you go. There
Now
you go.
You boys be good.
There we go.